you wrote the second album while you were doing this, while you were touring. Is that something that you are, in hindsight, happy with? Would you do that again, perhaps?
I wouldn't do it again because with the third album, with this album, I had a year and I was at home, and I've learned that that's the best way for me to work, because I was writing these songs because I wanted to write, rather than writing songs because I felt I had to and because I was under pressure. So for me, the best thing to do is take as much time as possible and be at home and just be relaxed and feeling happy and assured and confident.
Who did, the pressure you talked about, where did it come from?
I think it's when you have a successful album, record companies want something out straight away, and with hindsight I wouldn't do that again. I would wait and then wait until I had enough time and not be pressured and not feel like I have to make these songs.
But don't you then feel like they took advantage of you?
No, I don't feel like they took advantage because I went with it. If I had said, no, I'm not doing this, then it would have been fine, but I didn't. But if now I would learn that I would say no, I think it will be better to wait a while.
Are you happy with the result, after all? The second album?
I'm happy, but I know that if I had time I would be able to do better, which is a bit annoying, because I just know for me it works better when I have a bit more time. And then because I had to write everything so quickly, I had nothing to inspire me. It was just the same old days, whereas when you're at home for a whole year and there's loads of things going on, and I had loads of inspiration for this record.
The thing you've always done is telling stories through your songs. What does a story need to be appealing for you?
It doesn't matter as long as it inspires me, and it can be absolutely anything. If something happens to me and it clicks in my head and I feel inspired, I grab the guitar, and the songs usually just flow quite quickly and easily from there. And I could write a song without that, but it wouldn't mean anything to me. And I always think, if the song doesn't mean anything to me, how can I convince other people that it means something to them? So I always like to wait until I feel that moment of inspiration, and that can literally come from anything.
But do you see a sort of thread running through the stories?
No, not at all,
No?
because this album is so varied. There's so many different subject matters on there, and there's so many songs about different things, so there's definitely not like a theme running through anything.
How do you make these stories your own?
I don't know. I just feel inspired, and I write, and the songs kind of just flow out of me. When I feel that high level of inspiration, I don't really need to think about it. I just write the words and play the guitar, and it all comes together.
Can you perhaps describe some of the stories that are being told?
Yes, I mean, on the new album there's a song on there called Pride, which is about my feelings when I sing the Scottish national anthem before our home football games. And every time I do that, it feels amazing. I have goose pimples, and the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and I just feel so honoured, and it really moved me. And when thinking about it, I felt really inspired and wrote the song Pride. And then there's a song on there called Human Spirit, which was about the rescue of the Chilean miners when they got trapped underground for weeks and weeks, and watching that on the news. Watching them be reunited with their families was such a beautiful news story, and it made me feel really emotional and really happy, and that's where the song Human Spirit came from. And then there's a song called the 4th of July, which is about my feelings and memories of New York City, because it's one of my most favourite places in the world, and that's what that song's about. So there's a huge mixture in there of so many different topics.